Hey, again, guys. As you probably know, it's Lwandile here. At this point in time, I don't want to dive deep into the app itself, right? But I want to touch on something else, and that is the people that I'm actually with when it comes to this whole mobile application thing. You see, what I did is some time ago, I showed a friend of mine the progress of my mobile application, right? His name, by the way, is Jamulo Kuzwayo. I've been with the guy since primary. This is our primary right there. It's actually called Mayville Primary School, right? We went together with him up to high school. We went to University of KwaZulu Natal with uh, Westville to be more specific. We went to Westville with him, but not necessarily on the same year, right? But we both of us we went there, okay, at some point in our lives. Okay. The guy did a humongous favor for me. You see, and there is yeah, what's this? And there is you see, there was a time where I got expelled for academics reasons, right? So when it was time for me to come back after a semester, like I did not have anything. Like I was freaking broke, right? Even here at home, couldn't pay the money at the time. And this friend of mine was already employed then. He was working at Standard Bank, right? As one of my oldest friend and someone that I truly trust, someone that I won't mind opening myself to, I decided to give him a ring, right? And there I was explaining my situation to him. And fortunately, the guy was able to sort me out, right? So he paid the registration fee for me. So ever since, I always felt like, you know what, I owe this guy. Not the money, but I owe him something huge. And I also knew his dreams, how big are they, right? So I wanted to do something humongous for him. Something that will literally make him feel like, something that is out of this world, right? So, precisely because of that, I decided he was actually the very first person I showed my mobile application to, right? Remember, at the time it wasn't published yet, okay? It isn't till now, right? But he was actually the very first. The point is, he was actually the very first person that I decided to show it to, except for my family, obviously. The guy was freaking amazed, right? It was actually the second project I worked on, a mobile project. Okay, so the very first one had to do with traditional healing, and he knew that one as well. But what he said uh, Londile, you see, this time around, bro, you nailed it. This is what you've been waiting for all of your life. And I was like, for real? And I could tell that the guy wasn't messing with me or pretending or whatever. I know the guy. He was super. enthusiastic up to an extent where he even said, "Bro, feel free to let me know should you ever need anything regarding this mobile app of yours." Okay, so again, precisely because of that, I thought, I mean, why don't I just make this guy a partner of mine? It doesn't necessarily have to do anything. Besides, he's not even a programmer, right? So I thought, as a way of returning the favor, let me just give him these shares of the company, which wasn't even registered at the time. Okay, more like what happened with Mark Zuckerberg and the friend of his, right? Over time, I decided to register the company under the name Alcohol. No, I decided to register the company and I called it Alcohol Favors Pty Ltd. Okay, but to be frank, I'm not quite sure whether everything went well because there was a time where we received, actually, there was three of us now. It was him, me, and the sister of mine, right? My eldest sister. Her name is her name is Busiswa Kanyile, right? So again, the reason why I decided to also make her the part of this mobile application is precisely because, as we grow older and older, our responsibilities as people change, and we might actually find ourselves where we never thought we might, right? Um, so precisely because of that, I thought, because I told myself as a young kid that I'm gonna create something humongous and I'm gonna be contributing a lot when it comes to my family's financial situation. So precisely because of that, I thought, you know what? I know this sister of mine. I know her loyalty. So why don't I just recruit her as part of the company? That way, whatever profit we'll be making, she's gonna get that, right? Some of it, of course, right? As a result, the whole family will benefit. Okay, so again, you guys, back to the story about this friend of mine, right? The company, up until now, I'm not quite sure whether it was correctly registered, but I've got all the documents. I submitted everything there is to submit. But I don't know, you guys, since I haven't do enough research, I cannot say much about it. Okay, I've once tried searching it on Google, on the so-called CIPC website, right? It's essentially a website where people get to register their companies, and like it has all information. It has other information like regarding companies in South Africa. So I once tried to search it out there, but I didn't find it. I don't know. Maybe it was because it wasn't that long since I've registered my company, or it was for some other reason, right? But yeah, you guys, that is the case. Again, I don't know what is it, why, I mean, what's the ultimate reason why I decided to take this video. But what I do know is, okay, back to the story about this guy. The guy, I mean, he has been supportive in my life for a pretty long time. This friend of mine, again, that is ultimately the reason why I decided to put him on this company. But I've noticed some things, tiny things, and they say a lot about him, right? First one being, you see, the guy, he had a car. He's in Johannesburg, by the way. We are on different provinces. He had a car, and for whatever reason, is in the car is in he actually isn't using it anymore, right? I don't know whether he was on the. It wasn't an accident though, but something went wrong. Okay, about it. So it's actually he doesn't have a car anymore. Okay, so but twice, if not thrice, he did something that I was super surprised by. Yeah, whatever, man. And that is, I've met him. He's not even far from here. Again, this is my home. He's not even far from here. It's a 15-minute walk to his place, right? But I've seen him about 3 times or so here in Durban without letting me know up front. Sure, without actually letting me know up front. And that is pretty. I find that pretty inconvenient, right? He should have told me that, you know what, Bandide, I'm coming that side. I'm coming there in Durban, right? Just to give me a heads up. That way I'll know. You see, the thing is, back then, there were documents that he. Back then, there were actually documents that the guy had to sign. Okay. Again, maybe it's probably because I wasn't familiar with the so-called e-sign, right? You see, the whole idea of signing digitally, right? But even if that is the case, he should have let me know that the guy is here in Durban. He's here at his home. Okay, but then I decided, you know what? Let me try to yeah, I'm Shana. Let me try to control my emotions and not be that pissed about it. Okay, so I decided to just let that go and accept the situation. That was the first thing that he did. I mean, that made me look at him differently. The second one was, you see, I gave him a ring, right? Asking for what? I was actually asking for a few dollars because I wanted to buy myself. I wanted to buy myself, not even myself. I wanted to buy business cards for the company. Again, it wasn't no longer. It was no longer about me only. It was about the company. Thing is, I could realize that even though the guy was in it, but when it comes to making a sacrifice, like he couldn't do that. I don't know, maybe he did it by choice, or maybe he thought I am the one who's supposed to go out there, get a job in order to take care of the take care of all the financial problems. Right. So again, whatever the case may be, that right there made me look at him in a different way. Yeah, yeah, you guys. So here's what I'm gonna do on the next video. You know what? I'm not sure what is it I'm gonna do. You will see when you get there.